I think actions, activities, measures at the grassroots level would be part of the solution and not part of the problem. Why? First, because we focus on the local people, local groups, because the local groups are more concerned, as far as I see it, more than the warring factions itself, because they are the ones who are most hard hit, isn't it? They are the ones who die. They are the ones who go hungry. They are the ones who don't get a meal. They are the ones who don't get water. So they will be, since they are stakeholders in a way, they will be more prone to find a solution. Here again, gender-wise, women-oriented organizations as well. It has been seen in so many other countries. So the need, so the TFG, coming to the TFG, it being the power today, should take the initiative to go down to the grassroots level and not confine the grassroots organizations, but open up the door, open the political space for dialogue. If they want just a top-down approach and confining, restricting them from really participating, discussing, dialogue and the like, it's counterproductive, really. It's really counterproductive. They should allow them. The President Ahmed Sharif's government, they should allow the people to take part in this dialogue process. That's the best way of arriving at a solution. And that's how you build upwards as well. So I think if this option measure is tested and tried, we Somalia can come an extra mile.
Just 2 points very briefly. I basically agree with exactly what Brook has said there, but 2 quick points to add on. Number one, I'm definitely not an expert in Somali politics, but I think the issue is, how do you find the representative voices in this local society? Which people is it we need to speak to find out what Somalis as groups of Somalis want? And that's not an easy job for outsiders to do, especially ones that don't know intimately the history and the details of the society and culture. So how we listen to what representative voices are. The bad point, or the bad way we've tended to do this as foreign peace builders often, is to say, well, we have to have an election to find the answer to that question. I don't think that's necessarily correct, and what we need to do is find, how do we find out representative voices in society? And that will basically mean we need to engage and listen a lot, not tell people what to do, but listen to more people. And in that mode, hopefully, if the TFG can listen to more people, they should know better than I do what a representative local voice should look like. But secondly, and this goes back to the point that you made about the 550 parliamentarian, it seems to me we've got a sort of hourglass model of Somali government at the moment, in the sense that we've got a big stack of parliamentarians and ministers up at the top here, whether this is 550 now. We've then got virtually no, as I understand it, civil servants, bureaucrats, government workers who could actually implement government policies on a daily basis. And then we've got another broad bit at the bottom of the hourglass, a mass of Somali people who, we all need order and regulation in our lives, sort of thing. So the issue is, if the TFG and the outside world and this 213 million or whoever, I think we need to fill some of the middle bit of the hourglass. Governments can't just be governments full of ministers and parliamentarians to work. We need to have, well-trained, well-educated civil servants who can be the sort of foot soldiers of any government program. And so if we could somehow think how we're going to do that. Now, whether the middle of the hourglass are in the diaspora away from Somalia at the moment and can be persuaded back, or whether there is ways of getting, people who are already there with skills that we haven't looked at, again, as foreign peace builders, then I think that would be a very good, healthy addition. To say you can't really have states that work without the sort of the core of a civil service to actually to run them.